Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Marketing Connect podcast. I am your host and the current CEO of Marketing Connect, Tom Libby, and I'm here bring these episodes to you because we're hoping that it helps you with sales and marketing, some tidbits and things. And if you need a little extra help, more than you hear here, you can reach out to the expert on the call. But for this episode, it's our 5 minute follow up. This is where we bring back an expert that we already interviewed for our kind of get to know you episode. And we asked them a more in-depth question and give them a little bit more time to answer because we go kind of rapid fire in those get to know you questions. So I brought Rick back because we have a couple of questions for Rick. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do that. But Rick, before we get into the question, can you just reintroduce yourself real quick? Tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then we'll jump right in.
Hello, everybody. Rick Forbes at Forbes Copy. I'm the CEO and founder of it. The email marketing strategist that love emails because they're the most profitable thing for your business.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad you said it that way because the question that we are here to re-answer and go a little deeper on. And if you didn't see, if you are just catching this fresh, and you can go back and listen to the original podcast, there's a question in there about challenges that customers ask you to solve, and I even said at the podcast episode that we could probably go in a little deeper to that. So I'm glad we're doing this because you were talking about, and you started to go down a pathway about email marketing solving more deeply rooted issues and concerns in the company. It's not just about sending emails, right? It's not just about, oh, I have a list of 1,000 people and I think 10% of them will buy, and I'm just going to send them emails so that they hopefully buy from me, right? There's a more ingrained problem solving process there, right? So I want to shut up and let you talk about this because I just want to make sure I'm asking the question properly, right? So you know what I'm getting at, that you're trying to. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about that solution. Like, what, when people ask you to solve their email problems, you're actually solving more in-depth problems. Tell us a little bit about that and what the answer is here.
Yeah, so the beginning of time, the only way to properly relay anything is communication. That is the key. I was told that, and we probably heard that at a time or three in our lives. Communication is key. That is definite for your business. Business owners who have emails, who are buying lists, yeah, it's fine to buy a list, but you got to engage. You have to tell people. You have to somehow warm up, communicate like, hey, you're here. Now, for those who are doing it organically or having people opt in, it starts at the beginning with the lighthouse, the pop-up page saying, hey, thank you for your being up here, sign up to the newsletter. What are you conveying there? That's my whole thing when it comes to business owners. So I help business owners properly relay their messages from their emails, starting at the beginning all the way to the end. And at the beginning with the lighthouse, people are very used to, everybody's used to, hey, sign up for my newsletter. They don't care. They just want to get the pop up out of there because you're going to give deals. Everybody's giving deals 15, 25, 99% off. Around 83% of consumers in the world are tired, bored, and jaded of the same message. If they're not going to take your 15% now, they're going to wait for the bigger discount. You're devaluing yourself. So I go in, for example, with my lighthouse, all I said was warning. It was a warning sign. Warning, reading my emails may cause profits, success, and occasional bouts of independent thinking. You've been warned. People sign up and they don't even know what I'm giving them. They don't know what the hell's going on, but it leaves it to the imagination. They know what they can expect, but they don't know what's going on in it. In the first email I think I give to say thank you is 48 different T's. It has nothing to do with email marketing. It's fun. It's something like, all right, this he's a human. He's not just another business conglomerate looking at me for another paycheck. So after we figure out the lighthouse on what message you want to put, then we go into the emails because it has to start somewhere. And enough with the generic opt in, here you go. Hey, thanks for subscribing. No, make it fun. A thing that I like to do is disruption. Marketing disruptions sells. Promise you, because everybody's sounding the same. If you sound different, people are going to gravitate towards you naturally. The first email should be something along the lines with the subject line of your account's giving me serious trust vibes or trust issues. What the hell do you mean? And then you go in like, hey, thank you so much. Oh, by the way, did you know that people who opt in oftentimes get this? You can do a soft pitch immediately. You can make money through all the transactional emails with the right communication. Now, after they're opted and everything, we'll go in and find out what kind of funnel you want to put them in. Are you doing a newsletter? Are you generating revenue from that newsletter? Are you doing daily, weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly emails? Depending on how your structures are set up, depending on your product or service, it would be the message you want to relay, but not the features and benefits. Everybody is used to the sizzle and steak now. They want to know what the atmosphere is like. If you don't believe me, compare McDonald's to the high-end burger joint. They sell the same burger, maybe one's a little bit grosser than the other brand, but the marketing location and they could be right beside each other. One is very quick, convenient, and doesn't fill you up. You just waste money. But hey, you're good to go for that second. Or you can have a place where we care about you and your family. Come sit here and enjoy yourself with a nice juicy burger. That's a communication thought subconsciously. With the rise of AI, we're targeting conscious messages instead of subconscious messages. And for example, we were talking about the color the other day and how it affects the people's mentalities. Bright red is urgency, anger, fear, depending on the setting. Blue is calm, peaceful. Green is earthy, serenity, wellness, money. It affects us subconsciously. And a lot of marketers and businesses don't think that way. They think, oh, just because I can have it quick right here, what everybody else is doing, it's going to work. Just because it's working for everyone else doesn't mean you should do it.
Yeah.
And
So
I
so
often,
so the I don't mean to cut you off here, but we're coming up on our 5 minutes. So actually, I think we're a little over the 5 minutes, but that's okay. We knew we were going to do that. So you view email more about what's the term I was thinking of? Effective communication versus just a simple marketing tool that you just throw out 100, millions of hundreds of thousands of emails. So because that's essentially what I think sometimes people think is like, the more emails I send, the better off I'm going to be. So I'm just going to send 100,000 emails to 100,000 people, right? And just kind of jump on it. And you're saying that if you use email as the proper communication tool that it should be, that your email list solves a deeper problem, which is getting to know your customer better and making sure it's more about ideal client profiles and solving the problems of who you're talking to versus the talking to 100,000 people that'll never buy from you, right? So it's so when I said in that original podcast, what do they ask you to solve? I knew it wasn't, I don't know how to do email, come do my email, right? So and I said that in the podcast episode. I go, there's another 500 questions, or I forget how I worded it, but I knew there was more deeper questions I could ask there, but we had to move on. So I'm really grateful for you coming back and explaining this. I think I think again, we probably can go another 20 minutes about this because I think there's a whole lot more we can explore, but we don't have enough time for that on this podcast today, just because it's supposed to be the 5 minute follow up. That now we're at 8 minutes. But anyway, thank you very much, Rick, for being on again. I appreciate you very much, and I'm glad that you're part of Marketing Connect, and I can't wait to continue working with you. But appreciate you being on the podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
thank you for having me, Tom. It's a pleasure, and I can't wait to do this again.
Awesome. And for everybody else out there, keep selling.